Science Journal for Kids and Teens presents, Why is a Sense of Community so important for our well-being? Read by Miranda Wilson. Abstract. Anxiety, depression, and stress are becoming more common. Psychologists want to understand why. We were curious to find out how feeling like you belong to a group improves mental health. We wondered if how you think about time, past, present, and future, affects this. We asked 352 people to complete surveys. We asked about their stress, anxiety, and depression. We also asked about belonging and how they thought about time. People who felt connected to a group had lower depression, stress, and anxiety. We also found that this relationship was affected by a person's thoughts about time. This supports good mental health. Introduction. Have you ever felt worried about an upcoming test, or sad because you didn't do so well on that test? It's normal to have these emotions, but if these feelings last for a while and get really bad, it could turn into anxiety or depression. In today's world, anxiety and depression are more and more common. Here in Figure 1, you can see it's normal to feel nervous or sad from time to time. If these feelings last a long time, they could develop into anxiety or depression. On the left side of the infographic are normal feelings, short-term emotions that come and go. Some common examples are feeling nervous before a test, seen on the top, and feeling sad after a bad day, seen on the bottom. On the right side of the infographic is anxiety and depression. These are stronger, longer-lasting patterns of emotions. Some examples from top to bottom are worry that doesn't go away, feeling unable to handle things that are usually easy for you, feeling sad for weeks, and trouble sleeping or concentrating for days in a row. Psychologists often look at how people can prevent anxiety and depression from developing. Having a healthy balance of positive emotions can help. These contribute to good psychological well-being. But what types of things can influence people's emotions? One thing is feeling like you belong to a group. This is called having a sense of community. Community could include your family, friends, sports team, or even online gamer friends. Feeling supported and sharing connections with others can generate positive emotions. Another thing that can impact our emotions is how we think about our past, present, and future experiences. You might not realize it, but we all view these moments in time in different ways. This is called our time perspective. Sometimes we look back at our memories and think happy thoughts, and sometimes we look back and have sad thoughts. This happens when we think about our present and future too. Thoughts can be happy, sad, or somewhere in the middle. A balanced time perspective is when people combine positive aspects from their past, present, and future. They also think about the past, present, and future equally instead of focusing on just one. Having a balanced time perspective can help develop good psychological well-being. A sense of community and a person's time perspective are both important to mental health, but we don't really know how they interact with each other. For example, if someone doesn't feel like they belong in a group, does that mean they feel more anxious? Are these feelings different if the person always thinks negatively about the future? These were the kinds of questions we wanted to explore. Methods. We asked 352 people from an Italian community to take part in our study. They ranged from 18 to 86 years old, with an average age of about 35. We asked participants to answer questions from 3 different surveys. We used these surveys to measure their levels of anxiety, depression, and stress, how connected they felt to a group, their sense of community, and whether they had a balanced or unbalanced time perspective. Then we used a statistical model to see if time perspective explained the link between a sense of community and psychological well-being. Results. We found that people with a stronger sense of community felt better. They had lower stress, depression, and anxiety. We saw the same thing in people with a more balanced time perspective. Here in Figure 2, you can see both a person's sense of community and their time perspective can impact their levels of anxiety, depression, and stress separately. The impact of a sense of community on anxiety, depression, and stress can be explained by including a person's time perspective in our model. At the top left, you can see a strong sense of community. The gray arrow facing down shows that a strong sense of community results in lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. At the top right, you can see a balanced time perspective. The gray arrow facing down from this side shows that a balanced time perspective can also result in lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. Following the red arrows shows that the relationship between a strong sense of community and lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress can be linked to a person's balanced time perspective. Looking at the figure, would people with a weak sense of community probably have a balanced or unbalanced time perspective? What would we expect their levels of anxiety or stress to be like compared to someone with a strong sense of community? Our model showed that a person's time perspective is important when looking at their sense of community. We found that it explained 44% of the link between a sense of community and both anxiety and depression. It also explained 25% of the link with stress. This is like being able to do your weekly grocery shopping in a half hour. And 44% of the reason you can do it in that time is because you made a list. To understand why you are so good at grocery shopping, you have to understand how making a list helps you shop. Discussion. A strong sense of community is essential to good mental health. Our results confirm this for a wide range of people. More importantly, the strength of this link is related to a person's time perspective. For example, people who have a strong connection to their community have less anxiety, depression, and stress. This relationship might change if people have a more or less balanced sense of time. What does this actually mean? Let's say that you have a great group of friends. You do lots of things together and you trust them. They make you feel less stressed. Let's also say that you generally think things in the future will not be as good as the past. Now, imagine that you are trying to plan your next birthday party. You don't think there's any way this next birthday will be as good as the last, even though your friends will be there. This increases your stress. Your view of time is impacting your stress level, even though you have a strong sense of community. People look back on the past and make decisions for the future. They do this while considering the people in their lives. Time perspective and sense of community are both important to psychological well-being. Programs should be created to teach people about these aspects of mental health. In the future, we would like to expand this work to help more people in more diverse communities. This will help us better understand how to improve mental health. Conclusion. Life is full of creating memories, living in the moment, and looking forward to the future. Now you know, how we think about these moments in time also impacts how we feel. Thinking about the past, present, and future with a balance of positive emotions helps to support good mental health. If you ever start to have feelings of sadness or worry that prevent you from doing the things you love, here are some suggestions. Talk to your friends or a trusted adult about your feelings. If that feels too hard, you could look up a local helpline and talk to a volunteer. Plan to do things with your community. Practice mindfulness. And maintain a healthy lifestyle. For example, eat well and get enough sleep. Thank you for listening to this recording. This work has been adapted from the original peer-reviewed paper in the journal Precision Clinical Medicine, published on April 8, 2024. Research conducted by Giovanna Mioni, Nicola Cellini, Natale Canale, and others from the Department of General Psychology and the Department of Developmental and Social Psychology, both at the University of Padua in Italy. See the full list of authors and their affiliations in the accompanying PDF. Please visit our website, sciencejournalforkids.org, for more free science teaching resources. Hey everyone, we're a small nonprofit and all of our resources are free. So if you like what you see, please subscribe and share.